Hello and welcome to PepTalks, where we bring you all the startup related updates and fun yet inspiring stories of crazy startup founders. I'm your host Arya Razurkar, and today we have someone special on our platform. The startup which was seen on Shark Tank and was appreciated by each one of them. It's none other than CosIQ's co founder, Mr. Angad Talwar. We had really fun and interesting conversation, and there are many key takeaways for the students who are seeking to build their own startup. So without wasting any time, let's move to it. So, Mr. Angad Talwar, how are you feeling being on Pep Talks?
Delighted.
Okay, even I am really excited to have a conversation with you. And yeah, like moving forward, like I don't want to get directly on the startup, and I want to know more about you basically. So, like, how was your life before startups?
Uh, I have been running my own thing. So startup happened right after college. So
Okay,
उससे पहले तो सिर्फ कॉलेज था और एजुकेशन थी and I've been into it.
how was you in college?
College life. I went to the US for my undergrad. So that was
Hmm.
something new that I did. Probably back in 2005, there were a lot of people going there for graduation, but undergrad में
Hmm.
नहीं होते थे. It was always a costly affair as well. So that was one deterrent. So I did my undergrad from SMU, Southern Methodist University, Dallas, Texas. So
Hmm.
really great experience. I mean, I
Okay.
think those 4 years really shaped my outlook towards a lot of things. Even entering into the startup world, being an entrepreneur, I think that came from those 4 years.
Hmm.
So I
That's really
think
nice. And did you have this thing that okay, like from college itself, like कि okay, मैं भाई college खत्म होने के बाद I'll be doing startup only.
हाँ कॉलेज खत्म होने से पहले भी ऐसे था कि कॉलेज के टाइम
Oh,
तो
that's
या
great. That's great.
आई मीन I have always been interested in running my own thing. Uh, I think I have those instincts ki I want to direct the whole show instead of
Hmm.
just being part of the movie. So I can never be an actor that is the focus of the movie. I always want to be the director ki वो बता रहा है कि
Main
क्या
character.
right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that
Got it.
that has always been my interest. So yeah,
That's great. That's great. And after college, you directly started startups, right?
right.
Yeah. Okay. So like you initiated with what startup? Like, please let us know and our
So
listeners as
college
well.
time maybe na I was I mean I was on a full scholarship. So but again it was a very expensive university. Uh, I mean, and I had uh, probably 10 people from India uh,
Mm-hmm.
doing undergrad there, and all of them were from, I mean, the biggest names you see in the country, big business houses. So I think वहाँ से
Mm-hmm.
बहुत ज़्यादा inspiration मिला. So you get a lot of inspiration when you see uh, how they're living, what they're doing, and the lives they're able to impact with the smallest of their decisions. So
Mm-hmm.
that is how I got the inspiration. I started my first thing when I was in college. So ran an agency for copywriting. So I mean that was the only skill I had. Ki I I mean I have been an avid reader, so वो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज और राइटिंग वाला स्किल एक आता था तो आई स्टार्टेड यूजिंग दैट एंड कॉलेज डेज में आई हैड अ टीम ऑफ 4 5 people who used to write for me and then
Okay.
used to pick up a lot of projects on freelancer and warrior forums so उस टाइम पे पॉपुलर थे ये ब्लैक हैट
Mm-hmm.
फोरम तो ran a kind of an agency. We never called it an agency, but in all structural firm. It was an agency business that I did, and used to do a lot of copywriting for uh, businesses across the world. And
Hmm.
I think that also helped me gain a lot of exposure on what is happening. He, you'll probably one day you're writing an article about mountain goats in North America, or wo matlab irrelevant, and the next day you're writing about the latest technology or iPhone launch, because
Hmm.
he had clients across the board. So uh, helps open up your mind, both, and gives you a lot of exposure. This is also a business somebody is running. uh, जिसको articles चाहिए on some random thing in the world. You'll never think कि that is something that is valuable.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
that was the initial days. उसके बाद ran a couple of businesses in India. I started proteinsindia.com. That was, we were selling supplements online. Uh, so used to do well on that. Then I started a pet products company. So we were doing grooming consumables for pets,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
shampoos, conditioners, all those things. And then, of course, I came and joined Kaneka and Vidu for CosIQ.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And as you said, like you totally just gave us a brief of this, like lifestyle of how the students get prepared in foreign country, right? So like even I want to ask you, like there are many friends of mine as well, and even I used to, like plan, ki, okay, like after this, like I'll be doing masters in foreign country. But like, do you feel that is this really, uh, helps sort of a student? Did this shape kind of like student ऐसा कुछ होता है?
It actually depends a lot on the student itself कि वो कितना मतलब. I think एक तो age factor होता है. तो if you're going probably when you're 23, 24, you have developed your sense around the world and know how things function. So वो effect I think कम हो जाता है. But I mean, for me, I went when I was 17. So that was the first time I sat in a plane, and probably first time I stayed away from my. I grew up in a joint family.
Hmm.
So the first time I stayed away from somebody, from my parents, from my grandparents, for probably I think at a stretch 3-4 दिन से ज़्यादा कभी रहा नहीं था अलग. And directly going to the US and living there. So वो एक factor आ जाता है. But I mean, it depends a lot on the person himself कि वो कितना absorb करना चाहता है. तो even if you are going for your graduation, अब 25-26 साल के भी हो, तो it definitely opens up your mind and
Hmm.
opens up your outlook. उसके बाद it really depends on you, what you absorb and what you don't.
That's great. That's actually correct as well. Okay, so like as you mentioned, like you had past startups, right? So like what, like can you tell us about the more startups as you told us about it as well? But I want to know like what learnings you got from those and how you are applying to your current startup.
Okay, so I'll also tell you that I've probably failed at more businesses than I've been successful at. I would say that. So that is one thing I really tell to everybody who wants to start up or who wants to do their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
that don't consider. I mean, failure is just part of this life, and facing challenges. You have to be ready to face challenges every day. So that is part of being an entrepreneur. Agar if you're looking for an easy option, uh, I don't think this is something you should do. So it is
Correct.
very tough, very challenging, but then you get to do a lot of things also, which it is very rewarding also, I would say.
Right, right, right. And even like there's one similarity in each and every founder we have been talking on Pep Talks. Like they have sort of at least a single startup which was a failure. Like like this is same with each and every founder, and they have been successful in their current startups right now. So yeah, this is really nice. Okay, like as CosIQ was seen on Shark Tank, we really want to know like how was your experience on Shark Tank? Please, Angad.
Shark Tank is, I mean, we were a very new, very small company when we went on Shark Tank. We were 3 months old, 3 months into the business, and we went on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
So उस टाइम पे तो we were forming a lot of ideas और बहुत सारी चीजें CosIQ की डेवलप ही हो रही थी. तो I mean, for a brand that is 3 months old and getting national visibility is, I mean, really,
Sort of achievement itself.
yeah. What else can you ask for? वो वाली बात है. The whole experience was really great, and since it was the first season, थोड़ा नया भी था for us, for the producers themselves, for the team themselves. It was very new. Nobody knew what would come out of it. Shark Tank US has been a success. I mean, Kanika and I, we have been
Right.
following the Shark Tank US forever. But India में पता नहीं था कि क्या response आएगा, कैसा होगा,
Correct.
which direction they should take. Sharks कैसे होंगे? तो Sharks coming out of, I mean, now they are known personalities. Each of them, everybody knows them. But उस time पे nobody knew who Vinita Singh was, except from the business circles or
Yeah.
शुगर शायद लोगों को पता था, पर विनीता सिंह नहीं पता था कि कौन है विनीता सिंह, कौन है वो, क्या करती है, उनकी नेचर कैसी है, हाउ शी एक्सप्रेसेस हरसेल्फ. So that was, so we were just blank. I mean, everybody who went on season 1, it was just a clean slate for the producers, for us, for even for the Sharks. So both, I mean, it was. So I think we also got very close knit with the founders of season 1, because we were sailing in the same boat. And yeah, really, really good experience being part of the show. I mean, in the first season itself. And definitely that national visibility that comes with it. And I mean, after Shark Tank, if I go and introduce somebody, I don't have to tell what CosIQ is. Most of them know what CosIQ is before I explain them what we are doing. So that is one edge we got, and I think we'll have forever.
It's a kind of a memory sort of for
Yeah.
like lifetime. Yeah. As you said, like like even I want to know like what used to happen, like behind the scenes of Shark Tank, like how the founders used to be with the participants, and like how you guys enjoyed over there.
So it
Any
was
memory sort of thing.
really great. I mean, we were there for 3 days, और वो 3 दिन we met a lot of startups जो हमारे साथ pitch कर रहे थे. So there are schedules every, I mean, जब Shark Tank का shoot होता है तो every week they dedicate 4 days to a startup. So 3 days they prepare you a bit on how to present, what to say, what not to say, and then on the 4th day there is the final shoot with the Sharks. और जो वो 3 दिन होते हैं उसमें, I mean, I know about my brand, I know about CosIQ, what direction we are taking, but उसको to present it in the right way in front of the Sharks, that is what they help. तो वो मतलब वो 3 दिन तो काफी daunting थे, and we were also nervous. I mean, knowing what Shark Tank can be and what it eventually became also on the Indian television. We were very nervous कि क्या करेंगे, कैसे करेंगे, and but yeah, really, really great experience behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And the team was also learning. The production team was also learning. तो उनको भी नहीं पता था कि क्या हो रहा है, क्या नहीं हो रहा है.
कैसा होगा. Correct.
A lot of them came from reality shows like Roadies. तो उनके लिए भी बहुत नया experience था. Roadies, if you're doing Roadies and you go to Splitsvilla, it is kind of a similar pattern. But if you go from Roadies and Splitsvilla and come to Shark Tank, the entire
totally different. Yeah.
तो मतलब वो reality TV तो है, but it is focused on a lot of, I mean, entirely different genre. तो उनके लिए भी नया था. We learned a lot from each other, and I mean, I think बहुत complimentary था. And Season 1 के time, I think it was more like a family also we developed with the production team, with our co-founders as well.
Hmm.
मतलब सारे ही सेम बोट में थे ना अभी. I mean I'm in touch with a lot of founders from season 2 as well. But जब वो लोग पिच करने गए थे वो देख के गए थे. They knew who what Aman Gupta wants or what
Hmm.
Anupam will say to this, how they will react, उनकी personality
Hmm.
कैसी. And the
हाँ.
production team also knew कि अच्छा founder आएगा तो founder को ये problems होंगी या
Hmm.
they might break down after the call,
हाँ.
after getting grilled by the sharks. So they might need a they might need help on that front. हमारे सीजन में उस टाइम पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं था.
Yeah.
So everybody was discovering what it was.
Correct, correct. That's really great. And I saw your pitch as well. It was really wonderful. And it was quite entertaining as well. So, like, you got Anupam and Vinita singing with your deal, right? Like, which shark you wanted to have deal with? Like, I know the sailor of boat, Mr. Aman Gupta, wanted to have a deal with you, right? But I guess, like, he sort of can't.
He had prior commitments, so I mean each of them going back and looking, each of them would have contributed in their own way.
Hmm.
तो अगर मेरे को ऑप्शन होती I would have wanted all five of them. I tried
Yeah.
also. I tried for that, but
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately नहीं हो पाया. But I mean, all five of them or seven of them, we had five on the show. So
Hmm.
I think they have immense experience and they bring in their own expertise in their segment, their own knowledge, their own experience. So I would not pick anybody in terms of the contribution they would have made. But अगर personally बोलो तो I would have. I mean, if it was not a business decision and a personal decision, I would have gone with Ashneer any day.
Right.
मतलब
Right. I was
मेरे
expecting this answer from you.
तो मेरे I mean personally I really like the way he's very clear, very upfront on everything. So I would
Hmm.
have gone with him, but I mean we had to take this decision for CosIQ and not personally. So then of course Vinita has a lot more uh, expertise and experience in our
Correct.
category. So
Right.
that was
Right.
a no-brainer for CosIQ. Personally, पूछते तो I would have gone with Ashneer any day. I'm a big fan.
Okay. Okay. So like after Shark Tank, like definitely I believe like CosIQ got hit, but what sort of effect you saw because of Shark Tank? कि CosIQ एकदम change हो गया, something like that.
CosIQ ऐसे था. CosIQ 3 साल का बच्चा था और वो सडनली एक दिन उठा और वो 18 साल का
Yeah.
user going to work बन गया.
Correct. मैं अब स्कूल नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं अब डायरेक्ट ग्रेजुएशन करूंगा.
मैं प्री स्कूल नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं स्कूल नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं सीधा कॉलेज में एडमिशन ले रहा हूँ.
Yeah.
That was the change we saw. एंड हमें भी उस तरह से ग्रेजुएट मतलब हमें भी उस तरह से बड़ा होना पड़ा इन टर्म्स ऑफ ब्रांड बिकॉज आई से 3 महीने जो हमने काम करा था बिफोर शार्क टैंक या 5 महीने बिफोर शार्क टैंक एयर. तो 3 महीने था जब शार्क टैंक शूट हुआ था एंड देन 2 महीने बीच में थे शूट और एयर होने से लेकर. तो वो 5 महीने के बाद 5 महीने जो हमने काम करा था इट वॉज एट आवर ओन पेस. So
Correct.
we never had that responsibility towards our customers. तो प्रोडक्ट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमेशा से थी, पहले दिन से थी. बट उसके एलीड बहुत सारी चीजें आती हैं जो जैसे कस्टमर सपोर्ट. तो हमारी उतना आई मीन वी बिकेम मोर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. वी सडनली ग्रू अप इन वन डे.
Correct.
तो हमें CosIQ का नाम की एकदम से वैल्यू हो गई. तो एंड वी हैड टू वैल्यू दैट फ्रॉम आवर एंड कि दिस इज समथिंग वी बिल्ट, this holds value and we have to respect that. So
Correct.
that was a drastic change we had in I mean one day. जिस दिन एयर हुआ उसके
Correct.
अगले दिन से हमें बात करने का तरीका भी बदलना पड़ा अपना कस्टमर के साथ. We
Correct.
had to be that company which got funded on Shark Tank, the
Right.
company we saw on TV.
Correct, correct. It's actually happened even, like when I used to see Shark Tank season, I bought next level थी, right? And each and every person was used to talk about the Shark Tank. तो ये product देखा क्या, वो product देखा क्या.
Right.
That was really nice time. Like अभी तो what are your thoughts on Shark Tank season 2? Ashmi is not there.
अश्लील को होना चाहिए था, but ठीक है, a lot of things happened in between also. But yeah, I mean, I think it will the show will mature over the next 2-3 years, and
Right.
we've seen this in the US as well. कि I'm sorry, the show launch हुआ था, उसके बाद कुछ लोग थे जो सीजन 1 से शार्क्स थे, जो सीजन 1 से हैं, कुछ 1 2 3 सीजन बाद चले गए, and the show keeps on evolving.
Yeah.
And I think it will happen in India as well. So there's a drastic difference from season 1 and season 2 startups. So if you see season 1 में, और हम लोग ना ये बैक एंड पे बहुत सारा, तो being it is very interesting being part of the show from the back end as well, क्योंकि आप फ्रंट एंड पे देखते हो, आप मार्केटिंग देखते हो, आप देखते हो what the public is saying about the show, and then you know what is happening inside, कि आपको पता है कि बैक एंड पे क्या हो रहा है, कैसे चल रहा है, और वो जो 200 टीम्स हैं, 200 स्टार्टअप्स हैं, उनके 500 लोग हैं, और वो कैसे रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं, वो कैसे सोच रहे हैं, and the difference and the similarities between what is in the public and what is happening in the background. तो हमने ये चीज बहुत फील करी कि सीजन 1 में everybody was very naive, very small, I would say, और बहुत different approach थी. Season 2 became much more professional, and I think it will happen a lot. So
over the years, right?
Over the years, it will happen a lot, because a lot of startups that were already funded, already had a very good traction, came on season 2. Season 1 में आप देखोगे majority startups हमारे जैसे थी, कि अभी तो हम start ही कर रहे हैं.
Correct.
तो ये एक difference है, और ये difference I think it will grow, because now season 1 के time there was no value. It was just a, मतलब हवा में तीर चला रहे थे कि क्या होगा, let's go and pitch and see what happens. Season 2 contestants knew what they are going for. उनको पता था कि उनको अगर if they crack it, what kind of visibility they'll get.
Exactly.
उनको ये भी पता था कि वो शार्क्स कैसे रिएक्ट करेंगे. उनको पता था अमन गुप्ता कौन है, और वो अगर डांटेगा तो क्या डांटेगा, और अच्छा बोलेगा तो क्या अच्छा बोलेगा.
Correct. But it was kind of very difficult for the season 1 participant, right? कि अभी next क्या होगा?
मतलब for us, Aman Gupta was just a name on paper, because he was not a public figure before that. हाँ, वो थोड़े से फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर्स में या स्टार्टअप कल्चर में 2-4 लोग को, मतलब 200-400 लोग को पता होगा उनका नाम, बट ऐसे नहीं था उनकी नेचर, उनका पर्सनल, हाउ ही रिएक्ट्स, हाउ ही टॉक्स, वी नेवर न्यू दैट. तो हमारे लिए तो इट वाज जस्ट अ ब्लैंक स्लेट. So that was very different from season 1 and season 2. So इसीलिए we see a lot of maturity in season 2 pitches as well.
Right. So this was Shark Tank experience, and moving forward, I want to know about CosIQ. Please, Angad, please tell us, our listeners about the CosIQ product and how you came up with this idea.
So CosIQ का एक बहुत basic theory है कि we were fed up of the marketing happening across the category, कि हम हमेशा हर जगह कहते हैं कि हम नींबू मिर्ची ब्रांड नहीं है. तो everything that was selling us, मतलब you selling vitamin C serum and the brand is saying okay इसमें नींबू है, तो we are not a नींबू मिर्ची ब्रांड. साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन है कि विटामिन सी आपकी स्किन पे काम करेगा, उसका कौन सा डेरिवेटिव करेगा, कितने परसेंटेज करेगा, एंड द ब्रांड्स आर पुशिंग इसमें ना नींबू वाला विटामिन सी है, इसमें आंवला का रस है. आंवला का रस हैज 10,000 molecules and probably 9999 of those molecules do not help your skin, और probably शायद खराब भी करते हैं. So why would I put आंवला का रस on my skin when I can have vitamin C?
Exactly. I have one question for the same. I'll be asking you. You continue. I'll be asking you next year.
Sure, ask away.
So I want to know why these brands always put, like as you said, ki nimbu, avla, banana, papaya. Why this is happening in India?
तो यही इसी को ब्रेक करने के लिए यू सेड ना कि CosIQ क्यों स्टार्ट करा, इसी को ब्रेक करने के
हाँ,
लिए स्टार्ट करा कि आपको,
okay.
और यही नॉलेज इम्पार्ट करने के लिए स्टार्ट करा कि आपको ना आंवला नहीं चाहिए, आपको
हम्म,
नींबू का रस नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि नींबू का रस में इट हैज विटामिन सी, पर वो एस्ट्रेंजेंट भी है और आपकी स्किन को बहुत ड्राई करेगा। तो यू हैव टू केयर अबाउट विटामिन सी, जो आपकी, जो साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन है, लैब में प्रूवन है कि विटामिन सी विल हेल्प योर स्किन, नॉट नींबू का रस। So you don't need nimbu for vitamin C. You can get vitamin C from 100 different sources. It should be
yeah,
suitable. I mean, जो पूरी प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बात है ना, वो बहुत गलत डायरेक्शन में हो रही थी और होती भी है कि अच्छा ये नेचुरल है। तो मेरा
yeah,
जवाब होता है कि नेचुरल तो बाहर की मिट्टी भी है, पार्क की, विल नॉट पुट इट ऑन योर फेस।
right.
और ये केमिकल फ्री है। तो व्हाट इज केमिकल फ्री? आप जो पानी पी रहे हो दैट इज H2O, पानी केमिकल।
Hmm.
तो व्हाट इज केमिकल फ्री? डिफाइन केमिकल फ्री, देयर इज नथिंग, केमिकल फ्री है। तो हम बोलते हैं हम केमिकल फ्री नहीं है, हम नेचुरल नहीं है,
Hmm.
हम ऑर्गेनिक
Okay.
नहीं है, हम रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड है। हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स वो हैं जो आप लैब में जाके प्रूव करा हुआ है कि हाँ ये काम करेगा, और वही है हमारे प्रोडक्ट। दैट इज इट।
That's great. That's great. And yeah, like how this CosIQ idea came up to you, and like how it happened basically.
So Kanika was working in a manufacturing facility, and she was looking at a lot of brands doing, I mean, यही वाली marketing और यही वाली चीजें और यही वाली बातें. And there's a lot of gap between the manufacturing, the actual product, and the product that, I mean, the product that customer perceives उसको मिल रहा है. So there were, I mean, there were brands writing 70% vitamin C on their serums. तो वो उसने जब बैकएंड में देखा कि 70% विटामिन सी अगर डाल देंगे तो उसका तो मुंह ही जल जाएगा। दैट इज नॉट प्रैक्टिकल। मतलब एनीथिंग मोर देन 25%, 30% इज डेंजरस। हाउ कैन यू राइट? और कोई रेगुलेशन नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं है इंडिया में, ये एक प्रॉब्लम है। तो वी वांटेड टू ब्रिज दैट गैप कि कस्टमर को पता हो वो क्या ले रहा है, ही इज पेइंग फॉर दैट, और ये वाला ब्रांच उसको नॉलेज हो कि अच्छा उसको कौन सा विटामिन सी लेना है, उसको नाइसिनामाइड लेना है तो वो कब लगाना है, सनस्क्रीन क्यों जरूरी है, अलग तरह के सनस्क्रीन कौन से आते हैं। सो वो नॉलेज इम्पार्ट करना was also something we thought there's a gap, big gap on what the brands are making and delivering and what they are claiming. तो जो क्लेम्स और डिलीवरी के बीच में डिफरेंस था, दैट इज वेयर वी आइडेंटिफाइड कि देयर इज डेफिनेटली अ नीड फॉर अ ब्रांड लाइक अस.
Yeah, right. That's great. And as you mentioned, like you and Kanika, like sort of gave a birth to CosIQ. I want to ask you, like, what are the advantages of having one person with whom you are like sort of have the best coordination and like in the process of building a startup?
So it is the best coordination and the worst coordination, I would say, being running a startup with your husband or wife. I think बहुत रिवॉर्डिंग भी है पर बहुत चैलेंजिंग भी है. तो हमने ना ये बेसिकली स्टार्टअप, मतलब डूइंग योर ओन स्टार्टअप इज इन इटसेल्फ वेरी चैलेंजिंग, और हमने ये चैलेंज को उसको ना स्क्वायर अप कर दिया, मतलब मल्टीप्लाई बाय इटसेल्फ कर दिया, हैविंग योर हस्बैंड और वाइफ एज अ को-फाउंडर. बहुत सारे फायदे होते हैं डेफिनेटली, और बहुत सारे नुकसान भी होते हैं. तो मतलब द ऑफिस नेवर एंड्स.
Yeah, correct.
You are together every time and the office never ends. Problems होती है बहुत सारी, जो आई थिंक एक कंट्रोल और एक वो कई बार लैकिंग हो जाता है, क्योंकि इवेंचुअली मैं कनिका को एक लेवल तक ही बोल सकता हूँ कि ये नहीं होगा, बिकॉज 7 बजे के बाद मेरे को घर भी जाना है. वो एक फैक्टर कभी ना कभी आता है. बट आई थिंक पर्सनली हमारे केस में वी हैव ओवरकम दैट. मतलब ओवरकम क्या, वो हमें कभी आया नहीं, बिकॉज वी एज अ कपल ऑल्सो वी हैव बीन वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम अ ट्रेडिशनल हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ. तो शी डज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स जो प्रॉब्ली एक ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन कपल में मेल या हस्बैंड की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है.
Hmm.
तो वी आर वेरी फ्लूइड ऑन दैट पार्ट. तो आई थिंक वो वाला फैक्टर नहीं आया.
Hmm.
Advantages there are, I mean, uncountable. I cannot even state ki kitni
Yeah.
advantages.
Advantages are literally speaking with your, like work
Everything is
itself.
an advantage in this part.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Correct. And as you like mentioned before, like, like in brands basically in India are sort of marketing through Avla, Nimbu. Do you think like Gen Zs are changing this? Like mostly my friends itself, or else like even Gen Zs, they are not like attracted with papaya or lemon itself. They are sort of they watch out. कि, okay, here are the percentage of some nutrients which are needed. They watch out these things, like how this is changing, how it's evolving because of Gen Zs.
That is why and how CosIQ is growing, and that is how we foresee us as a company getting really big, because people have, I mean, especially you, as you said, Gen Zs, and uh, I'll not say Gen Zs, पूरी नई generation and even the older
Hmm.
people, they have realized कि the value of reading the label. कि
Hmm.
अच्छा ठीक है, आपने बोल दिया कि इसमें नींबू है, अच्छा कितना है, क्यों है.
Right.
इंग्रेडिएंट लिस्ट पढ़ना एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है जो पीपल आर डूइंग राइट नाउ. इवन इफ यू
Hmm.
पिक अप अ कोक, यू टर्न इट अराउंड एंड सी कि अच्छा इसमें शुगर कितना है. एंड
Correct.
दैट इज अ वेरी वेरी I mean, step in the right direction people are taking.
Hmm.
And even for
Yeah.
top IQ, that is very good, because that is what we're doing. We are telling कि अच्छा इसमें विटामिन सी है, इसमें विटामिन सी
Hmm.
8% है, और इसमें उसका विटामिन सी का ये वाला डेरिवेटिव है, ये इसलिए है, इसमें एथाइलेटेड एस्कॉर्बिक एसिड है, क्योंकि ये स्टेबल भी है आपके प्रोडक्ट में. सो यू गेट द सेम अमाउंट ऑफ विटामिन सी इन द लॉस्ट ड्रॉप. ये
Hmm.
तो ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. पीपल आर स्टार्टिंग टू रियलाइज दैट, रीड दैट, acknowledge that and value that. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's that. I mean, we are all in for that, and I hope that that trend takes up and it keeps on
Yeah.
continuing. We are
Correct.
definitely seeing it happen, and hopefully, and I'm sure it will really extend to the masses as well now.
Hmm. Exactly. Because like exactly like people are getting aware about this thing, and they actually watch out each and every detail, minute detail, and how it will be benefiting me, and why should I pay for this, right? So it's
Right.
happening. Okay, moving forward, like I want to know, ki, how, like, what challenges does skincare brand face while building their product?
Uh, there are of course traditional challenges of building anything जो एक स्टार्टअप के लिए आती है, वो तो है ही, पर स्पेसिफिकली स्किन केयर ब्रांड के लिए additional challenges is, I mean, one is getting their product right. वो मतलब it can be the best product but nobody wants it. It can be at
Right,
the आप घर में ताजमहल बना लोगे बट वो किसी को चाहिए नहीं, तो उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. Even
right.
if it is not at the right pricing, not in the right packaging, not with the right communication. So that is one thing, and I think the most important thing is trust.
Hmm.
So building trust and asking people to trust their skin, taking care of their skin with you is a big ask.
Hmm.
मतलब आप उनको, you are asking them to trust your brand to deliver, and it is as good as आप कुछ खा रहे हो और आप स्किन पे लगा रहे हो and you are trusting a brand. तो वो जो trust factor है, that is very important, I think, and that
Correct,
is the biggest
correct.
challenge for a new brand, to build that trust
Hmm.
level. And it
Hmm.
comes with time. You cannot force it, you cannot spend marketing money on it. वो trust तो आपके eventually आपकी performance, आपके product के performance, आपकी quality,
Hmm.
आपकी integrity से ही आएगा. So
Right,
that is the
right.
biggest challenge initially every skincare brand faces.
Hmm. Okay, like with leading to this thing, if a student like he's just freshly graduated from a college, and he is sort of like very interested in skincare brands and right, okay, so like he wants to begin his new brand, skincare brand. How will you like guide him, like into 3 steps you have to tell it कि okay हाँ ये 3 चीजें करनी है, इसके बाद you'll be like sort of okay, you'll be doing good.
मैं और छोटा कर देता हूँ, मैं एक स्टेप ही बता देता हूँ.
Okay, okay.
मेरे को सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे दो कि why would I buy your product? Why would I buy it? If skincare is a very very competitive market.
Right, right.
तो मतलब there are brands selling, let's say you start with face wash, तो मेरे को 75 रुपीज का भी फेस वॉश मिल जाता है हिमालय का, एंड 2000 रुपए का फेस वॉश भी मिलता है
करेक्ट
एक इम्पोर्टेड ब्रांड का. तो I mean everything is already available in the market. Why would I buy XYZ brand you are launching? What is the USP? And if you are able to answer that in 10 seconds, I think you have your answer. Why? I mean everything else can be sorted, but this cannot be sorted. आपका प्रोडक्शन इशूज होगा, यू कैन सॉर्ट इट. आपका मार्केटिंग इशू होगा, यू कैन हायर समबडी टू डू दैट. आपका ब्रांडिंग होगा, आपका ग्राफिक्स होगा, आपका डिजाइन होगा, एवरीथिंग कैन बी डन. बट हैविंग दिस बेसिक नॉलेज, दिस मतलब ये प्राइमरी आंसर है जिस पे सब कुछ बिल्ड होगा. तो इफ यू डोंट हैव दैट आंसर, व्हाई वुड आई बाय योर प्रोडक्ट?
करेक्ट.
आई थिंक दैट इज हाउ यू स्टार्ट.
So basically, like if someone wants to, like create a brand, basically they should focus on the main USP, which like of product, and this is the only sort of best thing they can do.
आप ये इसलिए खरीदोगे क्योंकि आपको इस प्राइस पे ये कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, या हम इसमें ऐसा कुछ डाल रहे हैं जो ऑलरेडी मार्केट में नहीं है, या हमारी कुछ भी हो सकता है. मतलब हमारी ब्रांडिंग ऐसी है, हमने नाम ऐसा रखा है, ये नाम से बिकेगा. हमने इसका कलर येलो करा है, येलो कलर का कोई ब्रांड नहीं है मार्केट में, इसलिए बिकेगा. बट यू शुड हैव दैट आंसर. आई मीन इट कैन बी अ वेरी, इट कैन लुक स्टूपिड आल्सो, बट यू शुड हैव दैट आंसर at least for yourself before starting anything.